Hey y'all, I just got done seeing the movie Sinners with Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld, and my goodness, it was a great movie. I'll try to do the review of this movie as short as possible, but I can't make no promises because the movie is great. So basically, for me, the theme of the movie is we can't have nothing. We can't have nothing. And if you know what that saying is about, I'm pretty sure you can guess who the real villain of the movie is. You know who the real villain of the movie is if you know what that saying is all about. So, me personally, I like when a movie starts off with a little bit of narration, and then in this movie, it starts off with a bit of narration in mythology from the Geechee Gullah culture. I believe it's from Louisiana or Georgia. So they tell you the stories of these creatures called haints, which, if you are familiar with the show Trese or you're Filipino, it's kind of like calling something an Oswong, but if you narrow it down and say what type of Oswong, oh, a vampire type of Oswong, then you get the umbrella term of Oswong, but you get the type that's a vampire type of Oswong. That's pretty much what a haint is. It's a type of overarching term for a spirit, but you whittle it down for this movie, it's a vampire type of haint. Haint, Oswald, vampire, vampire types. There you go. So in the beginning of the film, we meet the character named Sammy, and he is in dire straits. He is messed all the way up, and he just opens the door to a church. The pastor looks at him, embraces him, and it's kind of like the first scene we get is the last scene. How did we make it to this point? That's pretty much the movie. From that point, we meet two twins called Smoke and Stack. They served in, I believe, World War I together. Now they spent about 7 years in Chicago working with Al Capone, but as we know, Al Capone ain't trying to share nothing. So they try to move down south and create something that they can have of their own. So they try to make a juke joint. Juke joint is a type of club from back in the day where people come together as a community and start dancing their troubles away through the week because we are in like Jim Crow South. So they opened up a juke joint and that's where people dancing and sweating and gyrating on each other, and you're either sweating from dancing at the juke joint or you sweating from other types of dancing. Anyway, they are trying to set up this juke joint, but they need pieces to come together. So that's where we meet the characters of Delta Slim, Delroy Lindo. We meet Sammy, and we meet someone called Cornbread, who's pretty much the bouncer. We meet Perline, who's going to end up being the entertainment. She knows blues and she does a type of dancing. Daryl, Delta Slim, he knows true blues because he been through a lot of stuff and he plays harmonica real well. We meet Sammy. He's one of the main characters who's on the guitar. He plays for the church and he plays well, but he also knows blues. He has a passion for that too. So he plays that. We meet someone called Annie, and we meet another person called Grace. Grace does the money right along with one of the twins, and we meet a friend of the family type of deal called Mary. Mary's played by Haley Steinfeld. Early on in the movie, they buy a barn from some shady guy. You can tell they don't really like the twins, but hey, we got money. So they buy a barn to make the juke joint. And from there, it goes real bad. So they got all the pieces together for the juke joint, and everybody partying, everybody having a good time. But then these outsiders start to come in and they want to have a good time too. Hey, we want to play with y'all. We heard you singing from outside. We want to partake too. We got money. So they not really feeling the vibe from these outsiders, but they send them on their way. But at the same time, they send like a little representative to see what they really about, get a feel for who they really are. From that point, where the representative is sent, everything goes south from that point. Folks get compromised, the killing starts, the party is done, they sent out. As you know, it's a vampire movie, and if you sending out all the normal people, well, that's pretty much dinner time. So from that point on, now the whole town almost is done been converted, and that's when the killing starts. Now it's family versus friends, brother versus brother. Stuff is black and white now. Lines are drawn in the sands. People die. By the end of the movie, everybody is in shambles. The house is burnt down. We trying to find out where home is at this point. And whew, if you watch that movie, it takes you on a ride, and it gives you life lessons along the way. So there is, I'll tell you this, there's one after credits scene. It's nothing like, oh my gosh, there's going to be a part 3, 4, 5. It's nothing like that. But there is an after credit scene. It tells you possibly what this movie is dedicated to a little bit. One of the dedications is blues. I'll tell you that. It gives you a lot of life lessons, and one of them is, the main life lesson is, the enemy. He wants your blood, he wants your soul, he wants your memories, he wants your culture, he wants everything from you. He wants your music, he wants all of that. He doesn't have it himself, he wants it from you, to steal it from you. Now, I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, and couple that with the fact that earlier in the movie there is some indigenous people trying to hunt down the bad guys in the film, and you take that knowledge and you couple that with the fact that vampirism is the new smallpox, I think we already know who the real overarching bad guy of the movie is. I mean, they'll say it's vampires, but I think we know what Ryan Coogler is trying to say in this movie, and it's expertly said. It's expertly shown in the movie who the overarching bad guy of the movie is. So another lesson in the movie is, there's always somebody looking out for you. In this movie, it's the character that Wound Me is playing. She is looking out for one of the twins. They know each other from back in the day, and he's always carrying this type of hoodoo or voodoo bag on him, and it's kept him safe through World War I and all the bad stuff that's happening in his lifetime. And the lesson there is, there's always somebody looking out for you. Oh, another thing is the twins made it a point to tell you there's always a deal to be made. There's always negotiations to be made. What we can work out to make this deal happen, even if it's with somebody we don't too much care about. Another lesson is, sometimes it be your own people. That's another saying we know. Sometimes it be your own people, and you'll learn that in this movie. That's, sometimes the bad guy can turn your own people against you. This movie makes it a little bit more blatant, but we know from life experience, sometimes it be your own people that be your downfall. Also, for me, one of the main lessons in this movie is, you can't have one toe in the world and one toe in the church. That's just not going to work. That's how the devil, or the enemy in this movie, can easily get you. That's how any enemy can easily get you. You have one mind just separated in two different places. You can't have one toe in the church, one toe in the world. One in the church, one in the world. The church, the world, the world, the church, the world. What's that look like? What's it look like? You can't keep dancing with the devil. Pretty soon he gonna follow you home. And you'll learn that in this movie. So the settings in this movie, oh my goodness, it's Jim Crow South, so it's a bunch of old time back in the day looking stuff, but it's done very well. Most of it's done in the barn or in this like tombstone looking town. But the setting is nice. Uh, the music, the music was my second best part. It was like when you're watching The Crow, the one with Brandon Lee, and the music sort of sets the tone for the scenes that's about to happen. That's kind of what the music is like in here. And you'll see in the movie that music is one of the driving forces for the main characters. Music binds us all together, and you'll see in the in the movie where there's this scene where you see music from the past connect to the present and music from the present connect to the future, and it's all woven together, and it's all done in one scene, and it's expertly done. It's so good. You have to see it for yourself though. I would say everybody's acting was just sharp. Everybody was on point in this movie. Uh, Haley Steinfeld as Mary, who played a friend of the family, kind of like a Michael Rappaport or an Andrew Schultish type of character, where you like, oh man, are they invited to the barbecue? Then you invite them to the barbecue, and it's like, maybe we should reconsider. That's pretty much Haley. She played a character that was acting a little too big for her britches there, but yeah, she played the character very well. And there's this Jamie Lawson who played Perline. She played this character where you can tell by how she dressed that when she tells you, "Oh, but I'm married," she's kind of nasty. But that's the character. She played it well. She played it very well. She was the entertainment for the juke joint. Uh, Jack O'Connell, he played the main bad guy in the movie, and he was good. I mean, that when everybody was clashing with the music and stuff. He did this Irish type of song, and oh my gosh, he did like a river dance type of Irish jig looking thing. It was great. It was an excellent scene. He did very well. Delroy Lindo, who played Slim, dude on the harmonica in the movie. I don't normally like his characters, but in this movie, he did great. He did great. Uh, Miles Catan, who played like one of the main bad guys and possibly one of the influences for the movie, he did a great job. He did a great job. I'm not too familiar with him, but if he's just starting out, his future's looking bright. Omar Miller, uh, he played a character called Cornbread. Omar Miller, if you know who Omar Miller is, I ain't gonna lie to you. It kind of seems like he plays the same type of character all the time, but hey, it works for this movie. He was a bouncer, and it's not too much. Oh, one of my favorite characters, I think her name is Lee Jun Lee. She played a character called Grace. Grace, oh my goodness. She played her role so well. That's how you supposed to do it. That's all I'm gonna say. Grace knows how to do her thing. She know how to handle herself. That's how you do it. Grace did very well. And then we got Michael B. Jordan, who played Slim in Smoke and Stack, the two twins, the main characters of the movie. He played Smoke and Stack. He played like the type of twins he played is more along the lines of not opposites, but they kind of complement each other. They're not exactly the same, but they kind of complement each other, kind of like Lindsay Lohan in The Parent Trap. Not like not like Tom Hardy in the movie Legends, where he plays the Cray twins, and they like polar opposites of each other. Well, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the Cray twins, where he plays he plays both of the Ronnie and Reggie Ronnie and Reggie Cray, and they kind of complement each other, but one of them's kind of crazy, the other's kind of calm. Yeah, that's kind of like what Michael B. Jordan was doing in this movie. One was kind of calm, handling the business. The other is a slick talker. He's a little bit. But anyway, yeah, Michael B. Jordan played a really good role in this. He did great playing both characters. Uh, this Wunmi Mosaku, I think is how you pronounce her name. Quite frankly, I don't know how to pronounce the name. To be honest, whenever she's on screen, I don't know if she's doing a good job or not. I don't know my own name when I'm seeing her. Look, we all got our weaknesses. Women that look like Wunmi, that's mine. But I assume she did a good job. The action in the movie was great, went right along hand in hand with the storyline. It was expertly placed throughout the movie. It kept you entertained. There was no, oh, high point, high point, high point, and then there's the call. No, it was expertly placed throughout the whole film. Everything went well. Oh my goodness, Ryan Coogler did a great job on this vampire film that told an overarching lesson on colonialism, but through the lens of vampirism. So man, if you are trying to watch this movie, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. It is great.